Omar, her husband, has now come forward issuing a final demand that will end it all. Now, before I get into that, if you're new here, hit that red button down below to subscribe and then tap the notification bell so you are the first to know when the latest news is published. And if you're currently subscribed, double check that you are with notifications enabled. Now, let's jump right into this. Ryan Saavedra from the Daily Wire reports that Ahmed Hirsi, the husband of the far-left Representative Ilhan Omar, reportedly wants a divorce after the bombshell homewrecker allegations came out against Omar last week in divorce filings. Now, she has been confronted repeatedly. Let's go to the tape.
Do you understand what no comment means?
Congresswoman, why are you dodging these questions?
These are stupid questions. I will just say I have no interest in commenting on anything that you are about to ask about my personal life. So you can chase me all you want.
I had a comment on allegations from Beth Minette who were having an affair with her husband.
Please search up her communication.
Yeah, do you have any comments?
So good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Congressman Omar, do you care to comment on the allegations? Is Beth Minette lying? Did you use campaign funds for him to travel with you? So no comment.
Now, she may be able to dodge the press, but she will not be able to dodge her husband. A source has told the New York Post that Hirsi is poised to file for divorce after the revelation in a bombshell court filing that she allegedly had an affair with a D.C. political consultant, Tim Minette. The Minnesota congresswoman and her husband allegedly separated in March, and Omar has asked Hirsi to divorce her around that time because she didn't want to file the papers, but Hirsi refused, telling her if she wanted a divorce, she would have to do it herself, and that the source, who was known to both parties for 20 years, according to the New York Post. The husband allegedly changed his mind after Tim Minette's wife last week filed bombshell divorce papers, claiming her spouse was having an affair with a Somali-born U.S. representative, with Hirsi said to be angry that he had been made to look the fool by the allegations of an extramarital affair. After the New York Post reported the bombshell allegations against Omar last week that were made in a court filing, Omar told a local CBS affiliate that she and her husband were still together and refused to answer further questions. Quote, I have no interest in allowing the conversation about my personal life to continue, and so I have no desire to discuss it, she told CBS News. Now, in July, the Daily Mail reported that Omar was split from Hirsi and that the two were headed for divorce. When approached by the Daily Mail and asked about the situation, Hirsi said, wow, I can't comment on that. I'm sorry. I just can't say anything. So, Ilhan's personal life continues to crumble as allegations of adultery are surfacing in divorce filings, as she claims to have the moral high ground and continues to preach to us about how we should live our lives, and she is destroying her own home in the process. Comment below. We'll see you at the next report for the next news.
Well, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar working to evade the press, dismissing questions of an alleged affair and misuse of campaign funds as stupid after she was confronted by reporters in Minneapolis. Fox News correspondent Jillian Turner has the latest on the controversy that has been brewing all week. Jillian.
That's right, Trace. Over the last 24 hours, Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar has been fighting back a media and legal firestorm set in motion when the Federal Election Commission received a complaint about her congressional campaign. That complaint comes from the National Legal and Policy Center, a right-leaning nonprofit group. It alleges Omar conducted an extramarital affair with a Washington consultant while she was running for Congress, and that her campaign inappropriately reimbursed that very same consultant tens of thousands of dollars in travel. Caught off guard yesterday, Omar told her affiliate at a North Minneapolis grocery store to talk to The Hand.
Do you understand what no comment means?
Congresswoman, why are you dodging these questions?
These are stupid questions.
But she quickly had her talking points in order.
I will just say I have no interest in commenting on anything that you are about to ask about my personal life. So you can chase me all you want.
Earlier this week, the wife of Tim Minette filed court paperwork claiming her husband had an affair with Omar while serving as an advisor to her congressional campaign. Then last night, the NLPC filed its claim that between April and June of this year, Omar's campaign reimbursed a company owned by Tim Minette over $21,000 for expenses without itemizing them.
The violations about reporting the travel, they are straightforward, unambiguous violations, and any election law expert would tell you that.
But that's not the only beef the NLPC now has with the Congresswoman.
Now, the more serious matter of whether she was having an affair with Tim Minette and used campaign funds to facilitate his traveling around the country with her, well, we can't state that we know that conclusively, but we're saying that there's enough circumstantial evidence for the FEC to launch an investigation.
Omar's attorney is crying politics, writing in a statement, "The complaint filed today by the National Legal and Policy Center is nothing more than a political ploy to harm Congresswoman Omar's standing and just another example of the right wing's attempts to throw the kitchen sink at the Congresswoman and her allies." Now, the NLPC tells Fox News they believe Omar's campaign violated the Federal Election Campaign Act. It prohibits campaign funds from being used for personal purposes. As of tonight, Rep. Omar's office hasn't responded to Fox News' request for comment, and the ball, Trace, now firmly in the Federal Election Commission's court.
Indeed it is. Jillian Turner live for us in the nation's capital. Jillian, thank you.